Look at that. I'm already on camera. Hello. As you can see, I'm a little bit smartly dressed because I just got in from We Haven't Stopped Dancing Yet. This is a clubbing night. This is my first time I've reviewed a clubbing night. I want to review Age Against the Machine, but I want to get the guys on. And they said they're going to come on a live stream with me, but they haven't come on yet. So I'm going to save that for later. But I am going to talk about I Haven't Stopped Dancing Yet. Okay, so this is a biannual club night, I want to say, that takes place in a couple of different venues. I've just been to their 13th birthday party. I was going with a friend, and unfortunately that friend blew me out. And look, when you're a guy and you're 50 and you're going to go to an event like this, I've got to tell you, it's not a lot of fun going on your own, because most people will go with friends. And I've been through quite a lot lately in life, and I don't like going to things on my own. I get a bit self-conscious. I can get prone to panic attacks, and sometimes I'll just kind of lose it and I'll leave. And I was really worried I was going to do that tonight, and that also would have not have been good for me. And I absolutely love dancing. My mother was a choreographer. My father was a graphic designer. So I was never going to become an accountant, was I? And I really like going dancing. I really like 80s music. I quite like late 70s music, the disco era as well. And this is basically, I Haven't Stopped Dancing Yet, is a 70s and 80s clubbing night run by Nikki, who is in this photograph. Boom. Let's put it up. This is their website. And they run events at a couple of different locations in and around or close to London. Now, it so happens that this event, fortunately for me, was at Islington Assembly Rooms, which is next to the Town Hall, so very close to me. It costs £18 to go. I think with a booking fee, it's about 23 quid. These are clubbing nights that are aimed at people that appreciate the music of this era. So, in other words, not your 18 to 30 people. And, you know, I mean, like when you've not been used to going out and you've been in a life situation for 10 or so years with someone who destroyed your confidence a bit, you don't feel much like going out, or going out is not as easy as it used to be. And so imagine doing that on your own. It's difficult. I've got to be honest, it's difficult. And you don't know, I didn't know anybody there. I thought there might be some people there from Age Against the Machine, because I know a lot of people at Age Against the Machine now, and I feel very comfortable going there. There's always some friends I can say hello to, and I thought there might be some people I know, but I didn't see anybody that I knew at all. And I got chatting to a couple of guys. I want to give them a shout out right now, called Martin and Bo, and they had booked a little table. And I'd already talked to Martin in the pub, actually, because he was in the same pub as me. I went to a pub over the road, and I had a little bite to eat and this kind of thing. And I took a few pictures of the event in question. Let me just show you. This is the banner. I'm going to talk about the event. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about the night as well. I've got to give these. So what I need to say is that something really special happened on this night. And by that, I don't mean I met the love of my life or anything like that. But no, small acts of kindness can cost nothing, but they can mean everything. And this guy showed me a proper, nice act of kindness out of nowhere. I didn't know this guy from Adam. I just met him tonight. And but some people are very perceptive. Some people are very perceptive, and they pick up on things. And maybe he just picked up that I was feeling a bit awkward because I was on my own and whatnot. This is the club. It's at the Islington Assembly Rooms, which is next door to Town Hall. It's a big space. So, you walk in there and there's no one else on their own. which there wasn't when I walked in, and everybody's with somebody, that's a pretty intimidating situation at my age. And I mean, look, I love cutting shapes on the dance floor. I'm quite confident with my dancing now. Like I said, my mother was a choreographer, so she taught me a few moves. And I just love dancing. I really like dancing. I really missed it. And I wanted to go and have a really good dance night. And that's exactly what I got to do. So it's run by Nikki and her team, a hard-working bunch of lasses. It's a very big, spacious venue, very good air conditioning, which was really nice. I kept my waistcoat on the whole night. There's not many clubs I can do that in, and I do like wearing a three-piece when I go out. I like to dress up. So here's a funny story before I talk about the act of humanity, which made all the difference to my evening. I don't normally wear my glasses when I go out. I normally wear contact lenses, and I had my contacts in my rucksack. Went to the bathroom to put my glasses in, got one contact in, went to get the other contact, and it dried out. So I had one contact in, one not in, dried out. I had no other spare contacts on me. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I had to take the other one out, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to wear my specs tonight. There's nothing I can do. So I kept my glasses on, which I hate wearing, especially if I'm dancing, because people can knock you and they can go flying off. That didn't happen. Anyway, so I got talking to these two guys, Martin, who was dressed in proper Cotton Club 1920s clobber. You know, if you know me and you're a friend of mine, you'll know that I'm really into that whole era. I was in Bugsy Malone when I was a kid, and I also directed a big show set in the 1920s. So I like that era. I like dressing up. I like putting a trilby hat on. So I gravitated to this guy, Martin, and he was really nice. And sitting next to him was his friend, Bo, and I got chatting to them a little bit. And there was a table there, and some other people had booked the other chairs. And I said, well, look, do you mind if I sit here until whoever else turns up? And they were like, Martin was like, yeah, sure. So I went and danced for a bit and whatnot. But when I came back, that's the DJ, by the way. This is the club when it was proper heaving. Don't know who this lady is on the right, but she's illuminated for some reason. This is the DJ. Now this DJ, got to be honest, he played very long versions of tracks. Like I'm not sure we needed the 12-inch of every track, but the 12-inch was what we got. So, like I say, it's 70s and 80s tracks. Okay, I've got a great photo of Martin. I've got to show you this guy's clobber. He was 10 out of 10. And this guy could cut some shapes on the dance floor, let me tell you. So that's me with Martin. So love that hat, sir, as well. Got to get me one of those. Really nice suit. This guy it was great fun dancing with this guy. So anyway, their friends turned up, and I kind of came back, and it was like, okay, yeah, I can't sit there now. So I went off and I danced a few other places, and I was kind of thinking, I really felt like I was the only person there on my own, and I was just about to go because, like, I just felt a bit awkward, you just want to dance, but like when you're dancing around groups of people that are like in 4 or 5 and you're on your Todd, it's a bit difficult as a guy, I think, anyway. So I thought I was about to go, and this guy, Bo, who I'd met earlier, here he is in the picture. It's not a great picture of him, and he does smile, by the way. Just want to say that. He just came up behind me. He said, oh, Lance, I've been looking for you. Where you been? And I was like, oh, just dancing over this side. And he said, we're getting a drink. Come on, we're going to the bar. So I was like, oh, okay, we're going to the bar to get a drink. I don't know why. And I was like right over the other side of the dance floor from him. He came all the way over. And so anyway, I thought, well, I'll get him a drink because that's nice of him to sort of come and find me and that. I'll get him a drink. No, man, put your money away. And it's like he gets £10 out and he thrusts it in my hand. And he said, right, get yourself a drink. And I'm like, okay, what are you having? No, you get yourself a drink. I don't understand. Right, I'm getting you a drink. All right, I'll see you in a minute. I'm over by the table, and you come and join us anytime. And I was just sort of dumbfounded, and I said, listen, I've been where you're at. I know it's hard. He said, I've been where you're at. I know it's hard. coming to a place like this on your own. You come and join us if you want. And do you know what? I've got to tell you, that's the nicest thing someone has said and done off their own back, like a stranger, in a really long time for me. And I wanted to cry. I feel tears like welling up right now. It's a really simple thing. And it might not sound like nothing, but man, that was really kind. And I was kind of like blown away. I went back to the table and was like, thanks for that, man. No, you're good. And then, you know, me and him were up dancing. Like I said, he doesn't look as grumpy as this terrible picture. And Bo's a big man. From New York, ex-Marine. We were talking about, I don't know, various things. That made my night, that did. It's a small act of humanity, but it's really nice. Just a really nice thing for someone to do. After that, I felt great. And, you know, and I like talking to random people. I like talking to people I don't know. And I just like, I like interesting characters. I will compliment people on their clothes and jackets and dresses and whatnot. And I got to talk to a lot of people. And after that, for me, the ice was broken, and then it was pretty good. I left before it finished. I left, I think about 1:45. It's from 7:30 till midnight. So if it does feel a bit tight on time, I kind of wish it went on till 1. I feel like, you know, now that I'm 50, I'm not allowed to stay out past midnight. So it does feel a bit like teacher telling you what to do. But listen, it was a good night. It was a lot of fun. My only criticism is I think they could have played more songs in the time. I think some of the songs were a bit long, like the mixes were a bit long. And when I go to Age Against the Machine, which is a different night that I'm going to talk about on another stream, they pack the songs in, and you really get to dance to a lot. But I want to talk about Nikki, who runs it. Now, you know, I know people like this because I've met people like Nikki in my line of work. And it takes a big character with a big heart to run a club like this, to run a night like this, you know. And it takes a lot of work. And you could see her and her team were running about. And there was a little bit of a raffle. There was a little bit of a dance off. You know, sometimes it felt like you were part of a line dancing club. But most of the time, they just let you dance and get on with it. It was a proper good crowd of people, really lovely people. Great team running it. Not too much of an expensive night out. Drinks are a little bit pricey in there. I mean, you know, nearly £9 for a large glass of wine, £7 for a small glass of wine. And one of the glasses of wine I got given was they ran out of one bottle. They thought I didn't notice, and they mixed it with another bottle. So I had like half a glass of Sauvignon Blanc and half a glass of something else. And I know they mixed it because I'd already had the same wine before. And I asked for the same one again, and I don't know what happened. It took bloody ages for me to get it. This guy was pissing about. Listen, he was just trying to make the best of a bad situation, but God, it tasted awful. I had a good time. It was a lot of fun. Would I go again? Absolutely, 100%. I've already bought my ticket for July. I'm going in July. I already bought my ticket. I bought it a couple of minutes ago. Hopefully, I'll get some friends to come down with me that night, because I think it is better if you go with people. But now I know a few people there, so hopefully I'll see them again. I had a really good time, and if now they run events in the Stanley Arts, which is SE25, and they also run events in the Fellowship Inn in SE6. Where is SE6? Because that's not so far, is it? Let me have a quick look. SE6 is Beckenham. Okay. Well, yeah, okay, that's a bit of a pain in the arse for me to get back to. I'd have to get a overground, and then oh yeah, okay. Well, you know, so basically, look, these guys run events in South London, couple of places in Beckenham and that kind of area, but also in Islington. So you know, you've got a couple to choose from, North and South London. It's a good clubbing night. So if you're over the age of 35 and you want a good night out, I can recommend I Haven't Stopped Dancing Yet. Very friendly, a lot of fun, run by good people who know what they're doing. Nikki, thank you for a really good night. You know, it's always quite difficult going to these kinds of events on your Todd, but I had a really good time, and I recommend it. And I look forward to reviewing more of these kinds of things, because I'm back at Age Against the Machine in April. And if I can't get the guys on before then I'm going to do a review of the club instead. And there's also an 80s karaoke night that I'm going to be checking out, so I'm going to review that too. I'm going to have a separate channel soon called Off the Beaten Track, which is going to be all about kind of restaurants and all around the UK, restaurants, food, events, immersive things, theatre, you know, that kind of thing, as opposed to film and culture stuff. So, but for now, it's all going to be on here. All right, that's the end of it from me, guys. It is pretty late. I am going to put some telly on and wrap up and have a snooze, but I'll catch you all again real soon.